Hey, what's up everybody? Nexel here. Today we're playing Honkai Star Rail. Gonna be doing the Trailblazer event. So I haven't streamed Star Rail in quite a bit. And actually I believe this is my first video of 2024. So Happy New Year everybody. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday season. Whether it be celebrating the December holiday or celebrating the turn of the year, January 1st, or anything that you've been celebrating these past few weeks. I hope you all have been having a wonderful time. In terms of this channel, what I plan on doing is I still want to stream more Honkai Star Rail, and actually one thing that's been on my radar for quite a bit until Missing Link comes out realistically is really wanting to restream Kingdom Hearts 3. Because I've only ever streamed that game once, and I think I've only ever beaten it twice. So I think it's worth playing it 3 times, and just going from there. Unless y'all think I should pick up Kingdom Hearts 2 again. We'll see. We're either going to play Kingdom Hearts 2 or Kingdom Hearts 3, but stay tuned for that. But for today, we are focusing on Honkai Star Rail, because we already did our polls for Ruan Mei, and didn't get the light cone. Not too interested in picking it up, to be honest with y'all, but we did get our relic set going. We actually have everything we need for the traces except the Ascension material, which we simply haven't completed yet. So we're gonna go ahead, just hop into that and get going. All right, let's take a look what we got here.
Ruan Mei, a name that's both new and familiar.
So, to my knowledge, we know Ruan Mei from the simulated universe, because they're actually one of the chance cards you can get that gives you, I think, every single... It's either she gives you every single blessing for a path, or 2,000... whatever the credits are in the simulated universe. It's one of the two for sure.
I thought Member 4, Poka Kakamon, had gotten rid of most of the society members. I didn't have a lot of hope for this. Oh, look who's here.
You're back!
Of course! This is a summit between 3 geniuses.
It's a special time. All departments are preparing to welcome distinguished guests from the Genius Society. Madame Ruan Mei doesn't like fanfare and probably wouldn't appreciate a crowd to welcome her, so I asked the researchers to keep things simple.
I took her to see the portraits of the society members a few days ago. I wanted to have the researchers make one for her as well, but she declined the offer. I don't get it. Whatever, as long as she's happy.
I heard Miss Ruan Mei likes snacks and pastries, so I asked the researchers to prepare some traditional desserts from the blue. All of them seemed to tickle her fancy.
That's like asking, is Herda a great person? The answer is obvious.
Miss Ruan Mei is the very image of a scholar. I heard she once took a little vacation on a desert planet. By the time she left, she'd miraculously created a boom in the local ecology.
She just wanted somewhere uninhabited to experiment with her life spiral system. Ruan Mei is certainly very talented, but she hardly interacts with anyone. She lives like a hermit. Pity. Anyway, what more needs to be said for someone smart enough to become Herda's research partner, Hurry up and head out! Huh? See if you can find her.
I'm not sure, but she doesn't seem to get around much. She spends most of her time between the Master Control Zone and the railway platform. Maybe you can start your search there.
Imagine that your tagline is, take ultimate to the face. I wonder what that text was about. Like, what importance does that text have to this story?
There's someone next to the railway platform. Could she be...
I think it's only appropriate that we play this stream as the character that we just got.
I have a feeling we're on the right track.
I'll check the data when I get back.
Hello. I hope I didn't startle you. This is a work habit of mine. Using touch to open my senses and letting the details of your biological existence flood into my brain helps me understand your construction as a living organism. Such is the basis of deconstruction and reconstruction. Do not be concerned. You are very healthy. In fact, impeccably so. A perfect experimental specimen. I like perfect experimental specimens. Oh, really? I expect the views here had me lost in thought. I don't usually go in and out of the space station, and only discovered today that it was blessed with such calm, open views. It is a wonderful fit for the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossoms, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Come here. Look. The blue planet is directly below us. It is so full of life. This dessert is very delicious. Here, take half. You don't like it? I worked very hard on it. You should at least have a try. Delicious desserts remind people of how flowers look when they bloom. Ingest this dessert one bite at a time, and the sweetness will linger in your mouth. I hope you like it too. So, what do you think? I can certainly prepare more for you. It's become somewhat of a tradition to bring strawberry pastries when I visit Stephen Lloyd. His attendance seems quite dependent on them. An outstanding dessert. 10 grams of cubed sugar, 1 dried and salt-preserved plum blossom. Baking and cooking are the same as nurturing a universe. The heat must be controlled, planning must be meticulous, and one must not panic, no matter what happens. Unfortunately, there are still too many people in the space station. The clamor is not fitting for desserts. By the way, do you remember what my research is about?
No. My research area is short stories about toilets. Huh? What's going on? What am I talking about?
I see. What a cute hobby. But remember, the next time something like this happens, it's crucial to mask your expression until you've ascertained the situation. If not, you'll be full of weaknesses that others can see through. Let's try again. Now, what else would you like to ask?
The dessert was tasty. I would like more. Why can't I say what I want to say?
You have quite the appetite. All right, I'll give you the recipe. Come and have a walk with me. A stroll is the most appropriate post-dessert activity. As the masses depart, there's an enveloping calm here. Just like in the no man's land I've entered to in the past. Can you imagine a completely lifeless world? From there, you can glimpse the stars that lie at the very edge of the horizon. Following its celestial trajectory, the Great Teal Star illuminates an endless sea of white across both the sky and land. My mother and I navigated calm glaciers, looking for signs of life on that world, and encountered many bizarre phenomena. It was like finding the single correct piece in a mountain of jigsaw pieces. The process was convoluted and unimaginably difficult, but it was touching and enthralling as well. My apologies. It appears my words have left you perplexed. Please, don't be on edge. I bear no ill will. I haven't interfered with your linguistic faculties. Such an act would be impolite. I merely made a minor adjustment. A few days ago, I made my interest in you known to Herta. My intention is for you to serve as an assistant. Based on our interactions within the simulated universe, I firmly believe you fit the bill. I find extending trust beyond myself is challenging. A single error in detailed research can generate issues, and I despise matters that escape my control. Therefore, I added anti-truth serum to this dessert. It will not harm you. However, you will be unable to say what you truly think when answering questions related to me. Treat it as a layer of protection. This will shield my research and your personal safety. Once the problems have been dealt with, I'll give you the antidote. I can also reward you as compensation for being my assistant. I will fulfill your every wish. Yes. Problems wrought by my own hand. When I first arrived on the space station, I borrowed the phase flame from Herta. It's an invention of member number 29 Circle. I hope to be enlightened by other society members' results. A surge of creativity led me to explore the cultivation of life on the space station. In my imagination, these life forms would be a new variety that are born as geniuses. I plan to name them after Lambda, member number 8 of the Genius Society. I don't know where it went wrong. They possess their own sentience, but are nowhere near geniuses. Moreover, my free-range approach seems to have backfired. In a lab leak incident a few days ago, some of these little life forms ran away and scattered all over the space station. I do not wish for Herta or Asta to be involved in this. Therefore, I'm hoping you can assist in recovering these little life forms. This has nothing to do with them. Besides, the more people involved, the more problems there will be. I do trust you. The researchers are still treating these entities as visitors. I want to steer clear of making my presence known, so as not to cause undue disturbances. I entrust this to you. Once the little life forms are collected, simply find a proper place for them. The researchers in the Department of Ecology should know about this and provide you with suitable advice.
Okay, so what did we learn in these past 5 minutes, right? So we learned that we have basically someone from the realm of the Full Metal Alchemist who bakes, gave us an anti-truth serum as to not say anything. So basically, like, can we even lie? Is that even possible? Because by trying to lie, you'd end up telling the truth? I'm not really sure. But she doesn't trust anybody. She studies biology. Again, she's a state alchemist. And she's working on some sort of project where life forms are now escaped onto this giant space station. And we have to go find them. Cool. Easy, right? It kind of was a kick in the teeth, though, that even though we walked at her exact pace, we still didn't get to hear all the dialogue. Alright, let's go find these little life forms.
Take a rest. It's time for tea and cakes.
What? A place where the space station stores dangerous experimental results? Why would anyone want to know that? Wait, did someone send you here to try to get things out of me? I'm not doing any private business on the space station. I have absolutely no knowledge of any special hiding places. And I certainly haven't sold any old junk rare treasures or discarded curios or anything like that.
See, it's like we can't even tell the truth here. Let's just start with I didn't even ask.
I'm not hiding anything at all. You're the sneaky one. What do you want? I won't talk to you if you don't tell me why you're here.
I wonder, actually, if we say one of these options, do we get punished?
I'll solve the space station's problems.
So, I really can't say anything about her.
Oh, that. You've got pretty good contacts if you know that already. The space station is a mess. Everyone's already swamped as it is. And now out of nowhere, there's a bunch of little creatures popping up. If you want to solve the problem, go check out the storage zone. Then you'll understand.
Now I'm curious to see how long could we have kept that conversation going without it actually forcing us to talk about Ruan Mei. Wow, we literally spawned into an enemy. Okay, that's fine. We're good, we're chilling. Wait. Try and create life. What does that mean?
There are so many people. This seems to be the place.
Hey, guess what I got my hands on? Word on the street is that this is the downgraded version of Ruan Mei's life cultivation formula. It says 10 carats of ingenuity, 1 ton of practice, 30 particles of starquake, and a few drops of poisonous liquor for Madame Yu Ting-Tu. Rumor has it that it once created a talking chair. Not a particularly intelligent one, but boy, did it have a sharp tongue. They dismantled it and used it for firewood. Can you believe it? Let's give it a shot, shall we? First things first, we need to pick out the ingredients. We need to add some other good stuff in, but don't go overboard. And now we mix them together. Wait! It says on the recipe, Ruan Mei makes different expressions when nurturing life. Yikes. Take a look at what you just cultivated.
It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute.
Ruan Mei, member 81 of the Genius Society, a resounding name in science and the veritable epitome of life form cultivation. Researchers here have heard so much about her for so long. But once she arrived on the space station, she just took over everything. And what did Madame Herta do? Absolutely nothing. Yes, she's treating this place like her backyard. She's leaving her research notes all over the floor. The end result? Everyone's obsessed with getting their hands on them.
Molten cheese tart is the best. Its outlook is infectious. Its positive mood has influenced us all. What's our slogan again? 1. Stop complaining, change your attitude, and use the delicious molten cheese tart to stop the flow of negative energy. 2. Energize yourself, increase your capacity for action, and walk on the path of molten cheese tart's absolute conviction.
Our creed, molten cheese tart is the best. Oh, praise be! You don't know? Molten cheese tart is Madame Ruan Mei's top fan. This is how it preaches. Those who offer their love are expressing admiration and affection for Miss Ruan Mei. Oh, let me tell you something. Mr. Screwthum's followers are all very logical, but they're just awaiting the arrival of the mechanical aristocracy. Since you're so interested, I'll tell you how to secure an audience with the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart. You'll need to work hard to get there. You need to plaster hearts wherever Madame Ruan Mei has been. If you're sincere enough, the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart will show itself.
Why does it feel like everyone who's doing the voice acting for this particular part of the story is trying really, 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 really hard? Like this dude right here, the people we were just talking to about cheese. Yo, Zero, what's up? Happy New Year. Hey, yo, while I got you in the chat, do we either finish playing Kingdom Hearts 2 or restart Kingdom Hearts 3? What do you think?
Yeah.
This is very interesting. We're graffitiing the space station.
Ruan Mei likes to listen to the space station radio during her research. Some of us younger researchers are her super fans. We're always scanning different frequencies to find out what her tastes are. Do you know her favorite tunes by any chance?
No idea. I just listen to comedy skits. So, I really can't say anything about her.
As expected. You look like you belong in a comedy skit yourself.
How far into are we? We're revisiting the worlds. That's where we're at. We got more than halfway there. Who else can we talk to? This person?
I heard Madame Ruan Mei is very picky when it comes to snacks. Do you know what her favorites are?
I don't know about her, but I love fermented herring. So, I really can't say anything about her.
Did I ask about your favorites? Also, that's disgusting. What's wrong with you?
You know, this is gonna be the type of stream where we pick wrong answers only. So what, we have to also get a blue one? Do we have to, like, put a ton? Paint as many likes as you can. Okay. I like mine better. Just saying.
So this is the little life form Ruan Mei made?
I am humbled to meet the molten cheese tart. What are you frozen in place for? Oh, you don't understand the honorable tart. That's okay. No worries for situations like this. We've specifically concocted a synesthesia beacon.
Wakaka! I'm a genius. A genius among geniuses! That was way too risky.
Oh, molten cheese tart says Madame Ruan Mei has finally recognized my ingenuity. Molten cheese tart says, does Madame Ruan Mei recognize me as a masterpiece? Molten cheese tart says, Madame Ruan Mei still has not recognized me as a life form that passes the requirements. I need to work harder. Oh, such an enthusiastic molten cheese tart. There's a kind of attachment reserved for the creator. To the world, you are but one person. But to me, you are the entire world. Oh, Madame Ruan Mei. Hey, you! Yes, you! Don't you have anything you want to say to Molten Cheese Tart? You should at least express how you would like to follow Molten Cheese Tart. We wouldn't want to mistake you for an agent of gray bean paste, would we?
You heartless dessert! I almost forgot. I can't say anything about Ruan Mei.
You! Shh! Quiet! Oh, the honorable molten cheese tart may have a crispy exterior, but deep down inside, it's incredibly sensitive and delicate. It's working so hard just to get Madame Ruan Mei's attention. You see, the honorable molten cheese tart has always been fighting against gray bean paste in terms of flavor. The honorable molten cheese tart is a firm believer that people's lives need to be optimistic. They both hope to receive Madame Ruan Mei's recognition and have been working so hard. You need to call it the honorable molten cheese tart. It's genuinely puzzling. Despite molten cheese tart's remarkable qualities, why hasn't Madame Ruan Mei acknowledged it? It's clear that it yearns for her love. Love from the creator to her creation? Familiar love? Doesn't sound right. Romantic love? Definitely not. I don't know. Expecting me to understand love is like asking me to map the farthest reaches of the universe. Remember, as long as love is your compass, you're on the right track. And in the wise words of the Honorable Molten Cheese Tart, love must be shouted from the rooftops. That depends if the Honorable Tart agrees to it. Oh? The Honorable Molten Cheese Tart has agreed.
I am going to lose all of the marbles that exist in my brain if I have to hear molten cheese tart every 5 seconds. Like, homie said it so often in literally every other sentence that came out of their mouth. 2 is a majority favorite. I prefer 1. 3 is not the best of games, but it looks beautiful. So my plan right now, because I could probably only afford to play 1, to be honest. With like the schedule of things, you know, I'm still like an adult. I still have to go to work and stuff. So I think I gotta pick 1, and I'm deciding between either finishing 2 or just starting 3 up again. I want to play 1 again just for, like, just to play it, but I've played 1 like 18 times. It's just so good. Maybe we should just play 2, right? Finish 2, because 2 is such a bop. It's so good. And then we'll replay 3, just to see if we, like, missed anything or if there's any, like, clue context that we can, like, get from playing it again. But honestly, 3 was, like, such a, like, okay game. Don't get me wrong. Like, one of the best things about Kingdom Hearts, and, like, in the entirety of gaming in general, is Kingdom Hearts has some of, like, the best gameplay ever. Like, it took hack and slash and then tried to make it more, like, dynamic, which is, like, really fun, between, like, airwalking, D-links, reaction commands, like, all that stuff. So I think we finished 2 first, just to get it done, right? Just to put the trophies in the closet, and then we'll play 3 again. I think that's the mood. But yeah, if I have to hear these very dynamic lines saying molten cheese tart all the time, I'm gonna lose every single marble in my brain. We ended up saying both lines. So now we gotta collect cheese tarts. Why is one of them darker than the others? It's not even worth the warp. It's a toilet. It's a toilet. This is literally like the definition of, we're just gonna pick this item that we already have, like, the files for, and we're just gonna place it here. And you know what? Star Rail fans are such memers that this is gonna be great. Don't worry, it'll be just fine. That sounds like what the dev team was thinking. But you know what? They're absolutely correct. Star Rail fans are all just a bunch of memers, and we love it.
You're here. Herta called Screwlum and I to the space station to discuss some important topics. She also sent an invite to Steven, but he didn't reply, and Herta didn't seem to want to wait any longer. And now, I wish for you to attend this meeting with me. I don't want Herta to worry herself over these frivolous matters, even though she probably wouldn't care anyway. Just in case, I want someone who will be on my side. In other words, you. Help me. It'll be easy. Just remember, my secret stays with you, don't pry too much, and keep your expressions in check. Alright, let's go.
been waiting for you. Oh, you're here too? Looks like you two have become quite friendly.
It's good to see you, sir. Affirmation. This reunion has happened earlier than my calculations predicted.
Though you weren't invited, I welcome you to remember this historical moment. How long has it been since 3 geniuses were in the same room together? And how long will we have to wait for it to happen again?
Affirmative. Discounting our discussions on the simulated universe, our interactions are scarce. I look forward to the innovative ideas that may emerge from this juxtaposition of minds.
Let me get straight to the point. I think it's time to find another partner for the simulated universe.
You wish to kick Steven out?
No, of course not. Steven doesn't want to get involved and voted to abstain. Oh, whatever. Look, I respect the way people want to live, but he doesn't have the chance to be involved in this decision-making anymore.
Question. Are we introducing a 5th partner for the simulated universe?
Yes, a 5th genius. The reason for our gathering is clear to everyone present. What else could prompt such a gathering of brilliant minds except for the answer? No one can refuse the secret of the eons. Not even Xandar. We'll definitely get a response.
What if the responder is Polka Kakamond?
That'd be great! Hey, Lord of Silence, are you listening? I'm member number 83, Herda, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about.
It's unlikely we'll hear from Polka Kakamond. She's been off the grid for quite some time. Probability, member number 64, Dr. Primitive, may appear.
That's a hard pass. Given Dr. Primitive's shady research practices and his tussle with the Galaxy Rangers, the IPC will surely turn this into a media circus. He can get lost. I'd prefer it if the simulated universe remained scandal-free. What about you, Ching-Tu? Are you still in touch with her, Ruan Mei? Is she still alive?
Can we ask him to leave if we are to discuss this topic? The process will be long and boring. There's no need to take up other people's time.
Of course! You brought him in after all. It's up to you.
All right. Let me walk you out.
And what the heck is this?
Seems like a programming error.
Oh, this fragment of Ruan Mei. Have you seen it in the simulated universe before?
The simulated universe is my home. I'm speaking nonsense again.
It's probably an isolated glitch.
Fine. I'm used to turning a blind eye to these things. It makes life easier. I am curious, though. Are you gonna keep it, Ruan Mei?
I probably will. Records indicate he likes this occurrence.
All right, I agree. As long as it helps you with your research, you can do whatever you want.
Come along. I'll see you out.
We're gonna play this safe and wait till they walk all the way to their exit before we attempt to interrupt the dialogue.
It appears I was overthinking things. Impulsive behavior is pretty characteristic of her after all. Thankfully, it was just a minor scare. Still, meetings give me such a headache. It seems I'll have to stay put for a while. I see that you've recovered the life form in the master control zone. Thank you. Well done. No, you misunderstand. While Herta is tied up in meetings, you might find it more convenient to roam the space station. There's some things that I must tell you now. If I wait for the meeting to finish, then it might be too late. The retrieval of my life forms isn't complete yet. There's more than just one, and some are stored in a sealed zone. Herta uses that place to welcome visitors from across the stars, or to welcome members of the Genius Society. However, due to the Legion's invasion, it is no longer open to the public. And now my headache is stored there. She gave me permission and said no more. I'm giving you my access card. Give me your hand and I'll input your fingerprint into it. Stay vigilant, Assistant. Should you come across a threat you can't handle, just alert me. I'll come to your aid no matter what. Remember, there is a giant incubator in the middle of the zone. That's where my headache is stored. Once you're back, come find me on the railway platform. Then you'll understand everything.
I love how everyone in the Genius Society is some degree of, like, super intelligent super fighter. Okay, we can't interact with them. We literally have to leave this place like a domain. Should probably finish 2 then. 3 quite bulky because it has 500 cutscenes. Honestly, yeah, there's a ton of cutscenes, but I owe it to 3 to, like, learn more about it again. Also, this is the picture of Polka.
Polka Kakamund, member 4 of the Genius Society, a woman full of mystery. Many people in the society died by her hand. I haven't heard anything about her for many years, but I firmly believe she is still alive. Hey, Lord of Silence, if you're here, if you're listening, I'm member 83 Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about.
As weird as this sounds, these portraits sort of look similar. As weird as it sounds. So, it seems? Seems is a much more appropriate word. Alright, here we go.
What would a sealed zone look like?
Probably lots of fish. Oh, heck no. We're warping out of here right now. Oh, heck no. Ruan Mei trying to get us killed out here. Alright, we're gonna save the treasure chests again for like a different stream where we're like specifically treasure hunting. But bro, Ruan Mei trying to get us killed out here. So there's the little mummy thing.
Yeah.
Buzz.
What's up with this unit? It looks different from the one in the Master Control Zone.
Buzz. Madam Herta, open zone. Buzz. To welcome alien species, galactic visitors. High risk zone. Buzz. Service staff, inorganic life forms.
Buzz. Permission status. Madam Ruan Mei. Permissions granted. Madam Herta. Fine. As long as it keeps her happy. Buzz. Class 1 clearance zone. Buzz. Many esteemed guests. Buzz. May include dangerous persons. Buzz. Storage for Madam Herta's dangerous curios. Buzz. Madam Ruan Mei's cultivated life forms. Buzz. Welcome. Buzz. Visitor. How can I help? Basement 1. Transit hub. Buzz. Basement 2. Shuttle. Incubator. Dangerous curio storage. Buzz. Corridor. Danger. Buzz. Welcome. Visitor. What do you need? Buzz. Madam Ruan Mei. Buzz. Alien species. Buzz. That is all. Fry leftover rice. Buzz. Fry leftover rice. Buzz.
Why does this feel like it's turning into a horror game? Where basically it was, hey, we got a name of a visitor, Ruan Mei, and then Alien. Like, I've seen Alien, y'all. I don't like how this is going. This is some Halo nonsense, y'all. This is some straight up Halo alien nonsense. This is the fall of the space station right here. All these wires just leaking from the ceiling.
For the phase flame is fascinating. Unfortunately, before the research could be completed, it vanished. I've initiated new attempts. The growth status of the two samples this time is promising. I incorporated personal taste preferences into the concept, but I'm uncertain about the outcome of such an action. They simultaneously possess two sets of emotional traits. They are at once cute, weak, sentimental, and sensitive, yet are also fierce, instigating, demanding, and confident. Interestingly, they also possess a kind of inclination, a yearning for their creator. It manifests as a natural, inherent emotion, similar to that of a baby towards its mother. Life towards sustenance, or the peculiar bond between humans.
Huh? What's that sound out there? This is the headache Ruan Mei mentioned? It's just a different flavor. I'm not one of Ruan Mei's recognized works. Too much negative energy.
don't like negative energy. Why am I a failure? What's that noise? Follow me. It'll be okay. I need to find a place for this little one. That sound seems to be from that locked room. How do I get in?
Bro, this is Alien. This is Alien for sure. We're gonna go in there and there's gonna be like an alien with a big head and like a bladed tail and we're gonna have to fight it. Why is Star Rail taking like a turn into a horror game? We're gonna look through the window, and the alien is like eating up the space station. I'm scared. Tingyan died. Who knows what's next? Yeah. Or no, who knows who's next? Yeah. Spoopy. Oh gosh, we've left the safe zone. It's over. Why is there like floating air? We're not messing around.
There's always a weakness. Lend me your strength.
Blade of moonlight.
We're gonna rip through everything with Jingli right now. If the game's gonna scare us, we are gonna go deep with
true marvel.
Jingliu DPS. I wonder how this works.
The moon shines on the truth.
Bring it. Bring it, you bugged crazy creeps. Bring it.
Tedious. Blade of moonlight.
Lend me your strength.
Nowhere to run.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
We are not messing around, fam.
Blade of moonlight.
Lend me your strength.
See, it's for reasons like this that I think Bronya can't be replaced by Ruan Mei. They just serve two different functions, actually. I think we should actually just skip the enemies and just play the game. Because clearly these enemies don't actually serve a purpose. Also, the meowing of this thing is kind of creepy.
I never imagined there'd be so many of them. You are here too? Seems like this is the other end of that one-way path.
The final days that member number 23 Echa spent in the Mechanical City showed me that even the longest of lives, such as hers, have a limit. I'm now certain that the outcome of this cultivation is failure. Life can exist in thousands of different forms, which means the form itself has no purpose. These life forms are very advanced in their own concepts, and can even trigger chain reactions such as synesthesia, but that is not what I desire. I'm starting to feel lost. Perhaps the question, what is the essence of life, never had an answer. Member 1, Sandar, have you ever felt this loss? Or resigned?
Alright, y'all. I'll be back in like 5 seconds. There's just something I gotta do real quick. Alright, sorry y'all. I am back to continue our journey through Alien right now. Okay. Left the safe zone.
Are you telling me to keep going?
Bro, this little gray paste thing is trying to get us killed.
Life is countless and varied in form. I firmly believe in that. Its beauty is like a myriad of flowers, and I want to pluck the one that never wilts. The patterns of all things always have complicated and enchanting exteriors, while their inner essences remain simple and plain. If we were to trace things back to their roots, just one equation would be enough to solve the confusion of all life. Ever since I was a child, I have always delighted in observing aspects of microscopic creatures, such as the speed with which slime molds devour objects. I have also gazed far and wide across the macroscopic world, investigating the progress of the universe up to this day. It was all very simple. I wish to discover the true essence of life, something that all individuals possess unknowingly, whether it is the materialism of their existence or an unknown entity beyond corporeal realms. To avoid blind faith in science, I cautiously raised a query. Would Ruan Mei be able to peel away external influences? Just like pinpointing a coordinate, would she be able to uncover life's most primordial and beautiful form of existence? I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach, and that is...
So Ruan Mei's out to create, like... Whoa! What the heck was that?
Try harder.
Oh, are y'all ready for the hard punish? Y'all ready to hard punish these fools?
So this is the warmth of life.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
Y'all about to get it now.
Existence is unity.
Eternal state.
Dead return!
Now, we're not messing around.
All will be revealed.
We're killing them now.
In lunar flame.
Let's go.
Blade of moonlight. Blade father.
We don't like jump scares. Number 1 is Xander, Emanator of Gnost, Path of Erudition. Oh, okay.
A true marvel.
There's a lot of like lore that I gotta learn about this game. Okay. That was messed up, y'all.
Yeah.
Why do they have to put a bug right in the front? Wait, what are these other rooms? Are they locked? Okay, this just takes us to the previous room. Okay. There's so much, and it's shoved into Sim Universe. Everything about aeons and yeah, I should really read all of that content.
Sounds fitting. Stay here for a bit. Did something just open?
A secret chamber holding a secret box. I wish I could work from home. It would be nice. Why does it feel like Ruan Mei created us? Because we were basically found in a tube that sort of looked just like this at the beginning of the game.
Hidden room. Buzz. Only Madame Ruan Mei has permissions. Please submit your ID. Buzz. Permissions granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check historical incubation records. 2. Inorganic lifeform companionship chat service. This function has been damaged. Buzz.
Is this?
I thought of one life form that would truly lie beyond my reach. And that is an emanator. I cannot comprehend what an emanator is. Scholars view them as the executors of the Eon's power. So, when did it begin? And at what point did they become closer to the Eons than any other life form? At first, I tried to create a genius. I failed. That question has no solution yet, and a long journey of discovery still lies ahead. However, erudition isn't the only path in the universe. If we set logic aside, would there be more primitive and pure emanators on other paths? Of course there would be. Tazeront. I was able to see the beginning and end of the swarm disaster through the simulated universe, obtain data on the Imperator and Sectorum and their descendants, replicate them, nurture them, and create a brand new scientific discipline. It is a logical decision. I will certainly succeed. The entity that I reconstruct will bloom into a life never before seen. Will Herta and Screwlum like this experiment? Most likely not. Therefore, before they realize what I am doing, I must hurry my work, as well as find a fitting assistant.
Permission granted. Buzz. Select from the below services. 1. Check visitor records. 2. Open incubator entrance.
We are so screwed, aren't we? We are 100% screwed. Plus the cute sim universe avatars of the Genius Society. Emanators are basically protagonists given the power of the chosen paths, but they are not servants of the Aeon. Xandar is thought to be the creator of Nos, the heir of erudition. Okay. So that's us, isn't it? Sort of? Where we've been given... We're just a body from the SW server.
Madam Ruan Mei. Buzz. Alien species. Buzz. Man with plaster head. Buzz.
Seems like there's something new.
Permission granted. Buzz.
That sound's coming from above.
Is anyone else scared out of their pants? I don't like this. Screw these bugs, man. I was not ready to be scared out of my life like that.
Troublesome.
I thought I got the leg up on them. What happened there?
There's lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
These fools are about to get it.
Blade of moonlight.
Life. A true marvel.
Oh my gosh, these bugs! Woo!
Try harder.
These bugs are about to get hard punished
For your own
for
skin.
the ambush.
Lend me your strength.
Blade of moonlight.
Oh, we have no skill points. That's fine.
All will be revealed in lunar flame.
Only Silent Hunters know who original are. Blade confirms this in one of the side stories. Oh man, it's like I don't know the right way to go about like MiHoYo lore. It's like they make like 18 different forms of media in order for you to understand the game. When it's just like, brother, I just want to play the game and get everything I need inside the game. At the cloaked bugs, I saw someone doing that before during my actual run using camo paint. Wait, what? Yeah, big bug goes splat. I thought I like walked right in between them. I should have gone around them. That's on me. We should be far enough away. Okay. Are we breaking the game? Oh wait, no, we've been here before. Return upstairs and continue your investigation. Okay. This is messed up, y'all. They're just like, hey, yo, Star Rail players like horror, right? They like being scared out of their pants. Alright, Ruan Mei, you've got some explaining to do. What sort of zombie creation did you make? Who are you?
There's someone in the distance. Who is that?
We're about to Bronya hit this guy in the face.
Here, a genius move. And how will you counter it? Only an idiot would ask such a question. Just move this here. You look distressed. Something the matter? If that's the case, you better get thinking. Are you waiting for a sign? Time is ticking. Descend via the elevator. What you seek is there. Have you considered whether the answer to your question will be of any relevance to our current predicament? If a question is of no help, then don't ask it. Time is clearly precious to the both of us. Never mind. Allow me to clarify something. I know exactly who you are, and I'm aware you are in Ruan Mei's employ. This was not my intended destination. I just happened to find my way here during my visit and saw what she was up to. My goals are roughly aligned with yours. Since you're here, I won't intercede. But should you fail, I will be forced to prevent some avoidable misfortunes. That's all you need to know. Just 2 paragraphs. Very effective communication. Because I can't bear to see idiots. Of course, they wouldn't want to see me either. The real Ruan Mei's creation is hidden in the giant incubator below us. Go. Take the elevator and bear witness to this genius masterpiece.
Okay, so clearly we found the person with the plaster head. It's Dr. Ratio. But like low-key, I'm pretty sure the fan base is like trying to figure out the ratio of that man's arms. Do we need a preservation unit? I mean, we have a preservation. You know what? Lorcho can carry us. And then we just hyper carry DPS. Alright, y'all. Let's take a look out the window. What do we see? Alright, let's check chat first, real quick. Only Celeron hunters know who we are. Oh, yeah. As a Honkai... Oh.
This is huge. The space station has an area this big?
This is big boss fight energy right here. This looks like an egg, and the thing broke out. So we're gonna wait for a quick second and re-chat real fast. Camel paint to avoid being detected. Oh, I see, I see. The Easter egg? Which Easter egg? L plus ration? Argentinian, Japard, and Lynx. It's like, I wanna, just for sentimental reasons, I wanna go into this fight with Ruan Mei. But I really think that Bronya's the right, like, Bronya, I've never, ever, ever felt wrong going into a battle with Bronya. Never. Because my Bronya's cracked, like, comparatively, I guess. We got her light cone, and we've got E1. And honestly, we're probably gonna get E2, E3, E4, E5, E6. Can we do 10? We can't. How far are we from the exchange? Or not the exchange. Alright, we're 50 away from this. Okay. Good deal, good deal. I think we can afford to get rid of one of our preservation, or one of our harmony units. Because again, I've never felt wrong going into a fight with Bronya.
I will fight alongside you, Lady Bronya.
And then, of course, we need Heal and Jingliu, because these two gotta be paired, because Jingliu saps the health out of everyone else. Forget the semantics, let's fight.
An emanator of propagation clone? How can that be?
Another soon-to-be departed.
Y'all ready to bonk this thing?
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend, crush them. Lend me your strength.
Stand trust. Blade of moonlight, all will be revealed. In lunar flame.
You chose the wrong enemy.
In the name of Len, a will forged in ice never falters!
Is that all?
Ready for death?
Yo, anyone else think that this boss music slaps?
Destroy the space station.
This battle is unavoidable. Lend me your strength.
This ends here.
I can see why you'd want Argenti for this.
I'll see you off.
The dead return!
I think we just gotta press.
Lend me your strength.
And then we just let those things blow up when they happen.
To guard and defend, crush them.
Blade of moonlight, all will be revealed. In lunar flame. Nowhere to run.
Receive divinity.
Save it for your own
Repay.
sake.
Man, this music slaps! Let's go! It like reminds me of like old 90s boss music, you know, from like the Mega Man and like Sonic era.
You'll pay for this. Lend me your strength.
56 seconds, the creature was unable to sustain its own existence and vanished as if it had never been born. The threat is over. Time to get going.
Is it over? I need to get some answers out of Ruan Mei.
Well, we found out what our boss fight looks like.
The meeting of geniuses is over. As for the future of the simulated universe, that conclusion isn't important. What's important is your task. You look upset, correct? I regret my actions. There's no defending what I've done. Time and again, my experiments have fallen short, and they've always yielded predictable results. I made a clone, but it doesn't hold a candle to the Emanator. How should I have explained it to you? I'm not good at communicating with others. Restrained by time and place, its code of life could only be considered an incomplete attempt. I managed to replicate the moment it was born. However, it would soon disappear and be reduced to particles. Like every living being, it inevitably faced its demise as it journeyed towards the end. I find no fault in that. However, even the briefest life should have meaning. I want to know the limits of its capacity. It will indicate how far I've gone in a field completely incomprehensible to me. And it was a minuscule step, just as I had predicted. I did say that if a danger proved too great for you, I would personally step in to confront it. I must admit, I'm not fond of scenarios where everything aligns perfectly with my expectations. An experiment should have its unforeseen twists. That's where the joy lies. Even the most predictable storylines can have their pleasant surprises. I have to admit that these little ones born in the process sometimes move me. I see a human-like response in them. It is a concept completely opposite to that of divinity. They have emotions. Emotions may be either positive or negative. However, the love rooted in the depths of their heart is eternal and unchanging. They're still a long way from becoming geniuses, and are therefore unable to discern whether this love is one of friendship, romance, or familial love. That being said, can even geniuses tell the difference? I cannot, at least. I do not understand what love is, and cannot respond to their feelings. Do you believe my actions were wrong? There's no need to tell me your answer. I just felt like asking the question. How should I take care of them? Perhaps leaving them at the space station is the best choice. Do I seem irresponsible? I'm sorry. I am often at a loss as to how to face my own creations. The effects of the anti-truth serum will also wear off. If others mention me to you in the future, you can answer however you like. Or even pretend you never knew me. After all, your memory of me will soon dissipate like smoke. Over time, hidden truths tend to surface. Past traumas, which I'd rather leave behind, have made me skeptical about trusting anyone but myself. If I do not want a secret revealed, the most foolproof way is to destroy it. The anti-truth serum will make you forget the brief period we spent together. It won't take effect immediately. It is a slow, intangible process, like the sweet fragrance of lotus leaves, plum blossom, sticky rice, and frosting sugar. Perhaps you'll remember someone performed selfish experiments on the space station, but you will no longer remember their identity. Perhaps we'll meet again someday, but you won't be able to connect me with the recollection. That way, the connection between life forms will be erased. Friendships, secrets, grudges, lies, all will disappear. It will make our lives more relaxing. Thank you. Screwlum will stay on the space station for a while longer. He and Herta still have problems they need to solve. As for me, I'm leaving soon and won't bother with goodbyes. Do you still remember the no man's land I mentioned? I'm considering a solo trip back there during my research downtime, just to see how things are. I miss member number 55 reaching too sometimes. She used to always make something delicious for me to drink every time we parted ways. I hope I won't meet member number 4 Polka Kakamond. That would be quite troublesome. Who knows when the next gathering of geniuses will be? Do you have anything else you want to say to me? I promise I will, Mr. Assistant. If fate allows and you're interested, upon our next meeting, we could journey to No Man's Land and traverse its tranquil glaciers. Though I suppose it wouldn't be No Man's Land anymore. What a conundrum.
So basically we have a genius who has no concept of the word emotions, trying to figure out what they are, while also trying to create life. What an interesting character. Let's see where we're at in chat. About the Easter egg in the hotel, you should head inside until you reach the corridor. Okay. I'll take a look. Even jail would work. Yeah, no, that worked out pretty well. I mean, basically she's my hyper carry. That bug was a clone of Scar Cabal is the emanator that got its powers from the Aeon of Propagation. Ruan Mei is just one of those characters that doesn't care about people dying in any capacity. Fantastic. Wonderful. That definitely almost killed us, that's for sure.
If there's nothing pressing, let's take a walk.
Heritor Newsflash. Good evening, Madam Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madam Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Why do I feel like Dr. Ratio has a part in this?
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion. Their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need him. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was him.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
He's only just woken up, dazed. He may need a few pointers. Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me? Of course. Why would you? Memory is such a fickle thing, after all.
Mr. Trailblazer, you must have many questions. Please be patient. Asta will explain it all to you.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. She's away on a visit. This issue didn't seem to trouble her much.
She received an invitation from the IPC before the attack occurred.
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oh, they're a riot. Brimming with enthusiasm, yet utterly devoid of intellect. It's as if evolution halted prematurely for them. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. It's delightfully amusing. I can't wait to witness firsthand how these geniuses from the so-called Super Smart Club squander the IPC's vast resources. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information, and the attackers seized the opportunity. Herta's aloof response to these juvenile provocations? Almost as intriguing. What a delightful little puzzle.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet?
Huh? I do remember that happening, I think.
Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was.
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints, then maybe...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
My memory is kind of hazy. What did I do after that? I think Herta mentioned Asta. That's right, I think I visited Asta.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. Send me a signal when you see
I think she... if only the...
Anyway, keep up the good work.
This is what I recall before I met Herta, but I can't remember some of the details. Let me try to remember the conversation with Asta.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. Maybe the researchers at the Departments of Ecology or Insight may have an idea? Hinkle and are around here somewhere. I'd suggest you ask them about it.
Asta seems to have mentioned two names. Two researchers from the Departments of Ecology and Insight.
Maybe the researcher Hinkle and...
I can't recall the other person, but one of them was Hinkle. I remember her.
There's no way this happened in the actual story, because I don't remember this at all. The angelic music every time. Oh my gosh, does that happen often?
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body? Isn't that just a jinx? Oh, nowadays people call them wubbaboos? Well, I might be the Department of Ecology head, but I'm not the most knowledgeable person when it comes to curios. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I haven't seen him all day. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be in such disarray while guests are visiting. We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are trying to exploit the chaos to agitate the workforce. People are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. It's probably turned into a big headache for Asta, too. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves. Pretend I didn't say anything.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. And was that... Adler was with Arlen. They were involved in some sort of incident.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen. I know you're upset.
We're walking the dog.
We're having a walk.
Like I said, we're walking the dog.
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be hiding something.
Is there something you need?
Oh, really? What a coincidence. We're looking for him, too. That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene on his own. Yes, well, Peppy isn't here, you see. Brother Arlen, I can't keep this up anymore.
Can you leave the talking to me next time? Let's walk and talk. Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help.
Can I teleport there? I cannot. Okay. It's worth a shot.
Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Let's go!
I love how it was consistent up until the visuals were consistent up until it entered battle.
Lend me your strength. We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them.
Blade of moonlight. All will be revealed in lunar flame.
I definitely thought that would have been enough damage, actually.
Let's settle.
You'll pay for it.
Peppy, are you okay?
That's me. What's up?
He wants to ask you something about Curios. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured something out. Catch you later.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought. I vaguely remember that Arlen said more. It's related to the thing I forgot. No, not this road. I didn't go there.
Ah, yes. The game's hard walls.
So, which curio do you want to know about? That's all you got? Too abstract. Well, there's beauty in the abstract, I guess. Have you asked the Department of Ecology head? Huh, she's not wrong. But that doesn't feel entirely right either.
Huh? What did I say?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the information I forgot? And from whom? Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. Right. Asta mentioned another name. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy. I need to remember the other person Asta mentioned.
A curio that's alive but doesn't have a body. Sorry, but nothing comes to mind. How's it going? Did you find the information you're after? I see. Is that what Hinkle and think? At least that counts as a lead. See? My researchers are pretty outstanding. Just business as usual, nothing to worry about. Oh. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant scrutiny. Physical damage can be easily repaired, but it takes a long time to heal the wounds in people's hearts. Some researchers have been questioning the management and security of the space station ever since the invasion. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers' disappearances have rattled them again. Yes, 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared in a matter of days. No exit logs, no traces, vanished. People were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to spread, so I suppressed the reports and told the security department to investigate in secret. However, as you can see, it's hard to keep secrets in a sardine can like this. Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. I'm concerned someone's pulling strings to sway public opinion. Anyway, the most important thing is to get to the bottom of the disappearances. That's okay, but thank you for the offer. Aren't you helping Madame Herta with something already? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look into it too. I'll find a way to solve the problem for the space station.
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that they're from the Department of Insight. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is.
We either go to a new memory or we visit Arlen again.
The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich? It's been so long.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
It's all taken care of. As long as the money's there, it's all good. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure, allowing you to connect straight to the intranet.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
Oh, you flatter me. I'm just a peddler doing a little business on the side. Small scale. Best left under the table. But if you ever make it big in the guild, don't forget your humble friend, okay?
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Here too. My memories are just a jumbled mess of words. Did my memory piece together irrelevant information? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base zone. What did Emily say?
This is a lot of, like, backtracking.
I say, what a wonderfully intelligent-looking young lady.
I'm not that wonderful. I'm just okay.
No need to be modest. At my age, you get a feel for intelligence. Though I confess I did hear someone say you were the shining star of the Department of Insight.
Sure. Can I help you with something?
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. How's someone like me supposed to make out the small print? I'm not getting any younger, and my eyesight is failing. Do you think you can...
Again? How many times has it been? You're really pushing my buttons.
Oh, another smart-looking youngster. Wonderful. It's about time we had some new recruits.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. Isn't the Department of Ecology full of curio experts? That's got nothing to do with the Department of Insight. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back from a business trip said that the Cienjo Alliance has life forms like that. Don't get me wrong, I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you. The atmosphere on the space station has been getting stranger lately. It's risky taking sides.
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The disappearances Asta mentioned are likely related to Arlen's investigations too. Now I should be able to tie everything together. The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned.
Alright, now we have all the pieces.
Have you asked the Department of Huh.
Huh?
She's not wrong. Ah, that's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubbaboos and Heliobi are sort of like cousins. Both are types of energy life form. Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis, but it needs verifying. Let's call it a day. Wait for me. I'll be in touch.
I figured you'd come to me. I'm sorry.
Just as I thought.
I'm sorry. The situation... How did you know? I see. Could you also tell that Lady Asta was feeling the pressure? I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. The surveillance didn't capture anything regarding the researcher's disappearance. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances occurred. That means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable fire. When we made visits to the scenes, some of the witness testimony seemed to agree with this. The words they used were spontaneous combustion of the human body.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That's most likely the truth. Let me remember my initial conversation with Herta, just in case.
That's kind of creepy.
Let's call it a day.
I'm sorry. This situation is unique.
I need to go over it from the start.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't remember. If only there were some hints.
Oh, I pressed the wrong button.
Let me describe it. Send me a signal when you see traces.
I think if only there were...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy life form. It's alive, but it doesn't have a body. Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to do with the Genius Society. Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta if you want someone to help you.
Let's just review these notes real quick. Okay.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. My ears certainly are. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio. After which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this captivating drama?
I was gonna say, probably Arlen, but...
A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay hardly counts as compelling evidence, now does it?
Affirmation. We can ask Herta herself.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But as it stands, not a single soul can corroborate his story.
Mr. Ratio, your style of questioning would seem to have a preconceived bias.
Apologies, it's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes far more naturally than belief. It is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. It can still help us reach the truth. If he is truly innocent, he can clear his name with answers. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now. Back then.
That's enough pretending. Please be quiet. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment. And the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me to imagine she would treasure one curio so much.
I doubt Herta is interested in the curio itself.
Based on your story, you met and the Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio?
Sure, but you're the one saying the curio in question is ordinary.
Say what you want to say.
A correct observation, if I may add.
Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out one nameless ordinary curio? It's hard for me...
I remember now.
That's enough. Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
What in the Ace Attorney is going on here?
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius. Affirmation. It holds some special meaning to Herta.
Yes. That seems logically sound. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, she decided to hold her tongue until now? So what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding secrets like they're going out of style?
Asta isn't trying to hide anything. It's because of her position. Some things shouldn't be said in the open.
What could be more important than Herta's safety?
I agreed for Mr. Ratio to become involved in this. I should consider him one of us. It's okay. You can tell him.
So what's the story?
Conjecture. Asta chose to stay silent.
Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio. However, so what's the story?
Conjecture.
Then you said, however, so what's the story? Are you full of
The space station has been very distrustful of its higher management, ever since the Antimatter Legion's invasion. Another severe incident would further intensify suspicion, and cause great internal strife.
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. After all, the Intelligentsia Guild's representative wouldn't be linked to the space station, but would still share the IPC's position. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Two birds with one stone. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department. Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
Correction. There may be a correlation.
Researchers disappear.
Yes. I ran into Arlen when looking for Adler.
Adler?
A level 2 researcher. According to the Department of Ecology head, he knows more about curios than anyone else. He happened to be helping Arlen investigate the disappearances.
Well, did he enlighten you?
Adler seemed to have an idea at the time, but he never contacted me again.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Clearly, though. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
I remember now.
That's enough. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
I remember now.
That's enough. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point.
I remember now.
That's enough. Pretend. Cut the act.
Correction. There.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances.
I wish I had like a better grasp of what we're trying to do here.
It bears no connection to Herta's puppet.
I remember now.
That's enough. Clearly, though, it bears no
No connection? I disagree. There should be evidence linking them together. If I review a certain record.
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
I remember now.
That's enough. Clearly, though, it bears no connection.
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location of the puppet, and we can't pinpoint its signal. Don't know the location. Isn't that the same as missing?
She did say that, but then what? You need to provide evidence to show incidents are linked.
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered something odd when he was investigating the disappearances. The space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated around the time the disappearances happened. Arlen mentioned that each victim disappeared due to spontaneous combustion.
Huh. But there are no signs of a fire anywhere in the space station.
That's what's so odd about it. But this information has an additional layer of importance. This may not be direct evidence, but if the system also recorded the fire suppression system activating when the puppet was attacked, then there's ample evidence to indicate that these two cases are linked.
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you would decrease, provided that this fire suppression record does exist in the system.
We'll see in the main control room. Let's go. Huh? What was that?
Imperator Newsflash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their favor and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
That was creepy.
This is...
a declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have set their sights on you. The Legion's impact remains, and the Annihilation Gang is already paying a visit. It almost seems like this space station is more suited for the path of destruction than erudition.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning fire demons, regard Nanook as their emperor and savior, but the Eon has never cast their gaze upon them.
A group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit is particularly evil and cruel, even among his kin. The Everflame mansion he heads is even the arch-enemy of the Japella Brotherhood, despite both groups belonging to the Annihilation Gang.
Japella Brotherhood? I've heard that name somewhere.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the Japella Rebellion, the uprising that caused the downfall of the Brotherhood.
The Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames, and Ifrit's power has grown by the day ever since. Would you believe it would be merely a coincidence? Something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it's as routine as me finding fault in everything. The disappearance of researchers and the puppet were all part of the plan. And after that, that video will soon circulate. And this station's fate? Flames. Nothing but flames.
The destruction of trust.
I'm afraid more than trust will be destroyed here. You need to start acting now if you want to survive. You, come with me. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose, turning whispered fears into full-blown pandemonium?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news as best I can. Please, investigate the issue quickly.
Okay. Let me see, can I talk to them?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage.
This Duke Inferno Ifrit.
Let's see. Alright, so I have to hit the hay soon, but let's go ahead and collect this real quick. And then, did we unlock the Echo of War? Okay, we did. Okay, so this is, I think, a good place to stop because I can... First of all, we're at 240, so we got to get rid of that real fast. But I do have to do this Echo of War, and then I have to call it a night because ya boys gotta sleep. So with that being said, that is the end of the stream. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. If you'd like to join my Discord, since we are on the gaming channel, go ahead, just type that link into your URL box, and it should be a permanent invite to the Discord. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.